Hey, howdy, hey, doggos and dog lovers, and obviously awesome people of the internet. Wolfman Force and Dash here, and today I'm going to talk about the film Good Boy. And yes, this is the film that's been making sort of its rounds on social media, where the dog called Indy, who's actually the name of the actual dog in the film as well as in real life, is trying to get the Oscars to sort of create a category called Best Dog Actor, I think, but I guess that's probably not going to happen because not every year would we get like lots of films about dogs. So yeah, but anyway, so Good Boy is a supernatural horror film. It's directed by Ben Leonberg, and also written by him, produced by him. And alongside the dog Indy, it stars Shane Jensen, Areli and Friedman, Larry Fesden, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing those names wrong. I'm actually reading from the Wikipedia page to remind me. So the film's about the dog of this owner who's kind of suffering from some kind of lung disease, and they go to this sort of little house that's not really near anything, and while Todd's trying to recover from what he's got, he's looking after his dog Indy. He's also getting lots of calls from his sister, who's sort of checking him up with him and so forth, like checking are you okay and everything. Reminds me of a friend I know who often does that. Are you okay? Do you need anything and all that? Yeah, I don't mind my friends checking up on me and everything. That's fine. It's just when you do it a bit too often or start to get a bit annoying, it's when you kind of like, yeah, stop please. So yeah, so they go to this house and there's this sort of paranormal supernatural presence that's sort of tormenting the pair of them. And I won't go into too much detail about it in case you want to see it for yourself, but yeah, it's a film that does do pretty well in terms of take sort of showing things from a dog's perspective, because a lot of us have to remember that while we do love our dogs and own dogs and everything, sometimes it can be, and my phone's going off. Sometimes the dogs can don't necessarily experience the sort of experiences we have. Like they do, a lot of them do have anxiety, especially rescue dogs like my dog Smarty, who have had a lot of trauma and so forth, and because of the trauma, it's something that they could probably never get over or never be trained to get over, but they will certainly try because to think with my dog Smarty, he's very territorial and hates strangers, hence why a lot of the time he does sort of bark and growl at strangers, but usually if the person's met him a few times, he'll have a sniff and then he's fine. So yeah, but anyway, so yeah, there's demonic presence there, and Indy's really the only one that kind of notices it, and yeah, and he sort of tries to protect Todd as much as he can, but does sort of get curious, gets worried and everything, and it's, yeah, as I say, very important that we understand things from a dog's perspective. Now, I thought the film was okay. I don't think it was a great film, nor do I think it's a bad film. It's just okay. It's a very tame horror film compared to a lot of horrors I've seen recently, where they go really all out. This one's kind of very tame in the point that it kind of tries to be too safe. Like it does sort of things that you might think that they could go further, but they just don't. And even though I've seen a lot of films that are quite complicated and confusing, this film does have a few complicated and confusing parts, because it doesn't really explain the sort of demonic presence much. Some other things are unresolved as well. And yeah, it's just kind of one of those convoluted films. But the thing is, most of you are probably only going to go see this because of the dog Indy that's in the film, and you're just happy to see a dog and just see him possibly put on the best performance of his life, and just enjoy seeing things from the dog's perspective. which I think is kind of the reason why a lot of you will be going to see this, because you just want to see the dog act and so forth. So yeah. So yeah, not really much to it, and it's not a very long film. It's only 73 minutes long. So yeah, but you know what? I think that's fine for it to be that long. I would have preferred it to be a bit longer, if only to just address the sort of things that were left unresolved. But you know, often films and TV shows and so forth do kind of leave things unresolved, just so that they can let fans and people that have seen the film just sort of discuss the film and sort of explore those things and just try and figure out how things connect and everything. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Paranormal Activity did so well, because they're also those films are just bring up more questions than answers, and even when they try and reach an ending, it still kind of feels incomplete and unfinished. So yeah. So I think with Good Boy, I don't think it's a film we're going to be seeing again anytime soon. But it definitely served its purpose of sort of exploring the idea of seeing things from a dog's perspective, albeit this time on a more heightened sort of level with his anxiety and so forth. I'll admit I've not seen many dog films. So I'm just judging this based on the few films that I have seen of dogs, and I think this one does do a decent job of portraying things from a dog's perspective and just sort of bringing the scares and everything to it. And it's definitely the right time of the year for it to come out. Yeah, it's just a shame that it's short, and it could have been a little longer and sort of explored things a little better. And also with the whole thrills and everything, it kind of could have done a bit better with that. I will say though, and I also will say it does have jump scares in this film. This film does have some jump scares, and they're the sorts of jump scares that take a bit, in my opinion, a bit too long to sort of get going. So because you know it's going to happen, and yeah, it just takes a little too long for me. So yeah. So overall, I'm gonna give this 2025 film by Ben Lindbergh, so Good Boy. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think it served its purpose well, but I think it could have been a hell of a lot better, and it could have gone a bit more risque and everything, because it was rated 15 here in the UK. So yeah, you could have gone a lot more with that. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah. So that's what I've got to say about this film, Good Boy. If you've seen it, love to hear what you think about it. Do fire away in the comments below, because I'd love to hear what you think about it, what you like, what you don't like, and also I'd love to know if you've got a dog yourself, and a dog that's kind of anxious like the dog in this film, because I'd love to hear about your experiences. Obviously, as with all my videos, and I don't usually say this a lot, but please remember that this is a safe space. I don't want any negativity in the comments. I don't want anybody sort of cyberbullying anyone or anything. Just say what you want to say, and I'll be the guy and because I manage this channel on my own, it's kind of my job to make sure that the comments are good and not too negative and so forth. So yeah, so yes. I'm not like some people who just leave the comments there for the heck of it and don't bother to do anything when chaos happens. So yeah. But anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. And yeah, as I say, fire away in the comments. Love to hear what you think and so forth. But other than that, thanks so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you can, please. If you are new to the channel, I do vlogs like this, usually on Thursdays. But because it's a review, I'm doing this on this day, because I tend to do reviews usually at the weekend if I've seen something recently that I want to talk about. That's kind of like the latest thing. Additionally, I also do gameplay videos Monday and Tuesdays, usually doing like a series of videos for a long game, and just continue to make those videos until I feel the game is as finished as I would like it to be. And I'm alternating between 4 games at the moment. And every Thursday I do a Let's Play video where I just play a game with commentary and everything. And other videos I do include hauls, rants on life, gameplay compilations when I buy game bundles. I also do videos with friends, funny shorts, and loads more. See you in the next one. Peace to you all, and remember to look after your dog. Do not abuse it. Do not do not abuse it. Do not hit it. Do not be violent to it. Always remember to look after your dog. If you don't look after your dog well, then you are a piece of shit, and you should seriously think about giving a dog to someone else. And when I do say piece of shit, I'm just saying that because there's a lot of people out there who have dogs, but they don't treat them very well. Like, they are very, very abusive to them. Don't give them food or anything. Yeah, yeah. Go rescue those dogs if they're the ones that have like really bad owners. Because yeah, that's on you. That's on you, you bad owners, for mistreating your dog. Because the reason why they're making so much noise is because you're either leaving them to starve or whatever. So that's really your fault. So yeah, but as for those of you that do treat your dogs well, good on you. You're doing a great job. Keep at it. And keep at it with the training, because they are not just for Christmas, they are for life. And yeah, it's just great to have dogs. They're very good at helping with socialization. They're very good with people who are autistic like myself, trying to sort of build up confidence and everything. They're really good pets to have. So if you've not got one, do consider getting one. If you do have one, if you treat it well, good job. If you have one and you don't treat them well, as I say, you're a piece of shit. You should maybe give the dog to someone else to look after, because you clearly can't do it. So yeah, and yeah, so just making sure that everybody's included when I say that. And obviously, if you're not that keen on dogs, fair enough, they're not for everyone. So yeah, all right, doodles.